Start. Alicia, start. Huh? Thank you. Okay, welcome to everyone to the first online chapter meeting for Whampoa Toastmasters. It's a new experience for all of us, and I do hope that we fumble, but we still get across the finishing line. So in this challenging times, we are going on to this medium so that we can still have our chapter meeting. And thank you every one of you who have made that effort to join in for this meeting. It gives me great pleasure. My name is Srinivasan Sohayan, and I will be the Toastmaster of the day. So the theme for today is leaders don't give excuses, they just deliver results. So today, every one of us who have made this attempt to join in for this online meeting, I think we can all call ourselves good leaders because we have made this effort. We have not given the excuse of Corona or COVID-19, and we have gone on to make sure that we have this chapter meeting. So you have delivered the results, and I wish to congratulate every one of you for this. So let's start with the main program. Can I have a round of introductions? Those of you who haven't on your videos, maybe you could join in with the videos. Okay, so Bharat, I don't know whether you're at work. If possible, can you join in with the video? Thank you. Shan is videos off. Janet's video. Janet is on again. Thank you. Lisa Young, video is still not on. Thank you, Aaron. Okay, we wait for Lisa Young. Jeev, welcome back. So thank you one and all. Like I said, every one of you is a great leader because you have not given the excuse of Corona. You have gone on to deliver the results, and I thank you for joining in for this online meeting from Whampoa Toastmasters. So let's start with the first item on our schedule, the presidential speech. Can I invite Madam President Alicia Chia to give the presidential speech? Alicia, it's 5 minutes. So thank you.
Thank you, VP Basan. A scorching afternoon to club members and guests. The theme today, leaders don't give excuses. They deliver results. Yes, I totally agree with the theme. Each one of us here are leaders. You have to look inside yourself. And in this particular trying period of the coronavirus or COVID-19, it's a especially trying time when we all have a lot of things to bear in mind, like safety, hygiene, protecting your family, protecting your businesses, protecting your community. So all this may cloud your vision. And sometimes it may even make you think it's legitimate to give excuses. So we need to take out our spectacles, clean it up, and have a clearer vision. Don't use your family as excuse, but rather find the time to practice servant leadership to help people around you be more productive, more efficient, put in compassion, look out for people, your colleagues, your friends, your family. And that's where you can see the results. And so, welcome everyone to our first online chapter meeting. And I do hope you will enjoy today's meeting. Back to you, Toastmaster Day. Where are you? Thank you.
Let's move on now to the first segment of our chapter meeting, which is the better speaking section or the prepared speeches. So for the first speaker would be me from the Pathways Dynamic Leadership, which is right now I'm doing the GL2P3 Introduction to Mentoring. Ramesh was supposed to be my evaluator. I think he's not available right now. So anyway, he has my evaluation resource form. So maybe he can send me the evaluation later on if he's watching. Just give me a minute, huh? Ramesh. I think he's off.
Not available for 15 minutes. No, wasn't. Why don't you
Yes, sir?
just why don't you shift to our next?
Yeah,
Because
I'll go to the next speaker. Soyang, are you ready? Okay. So the next speaker is Lee Soyang, ACS, who's going to do from the Advanced Manual Technical Presentation, Project 5, Hearing Aids. Let's welcome Lee Soyang. Thank you.
Can you hear me?
Yes.
yes.
Okay. So can I restart because I don't know whether it's working or not.
Worries.
Sorry.
Okay. Once if it comes up, then the timer will click.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. Can everyone can hear me, right?
Yes.
This is how many minutes? 5 minutes.
No, it's this one is 12 to 15 minutes.
12 to 15. Okay.
Good afternoon, Toastmaster of Day, fellow Toastmasters and guests. Have you tried the project objective?
Who's the evaluator?
So should I say the project objective for everyone?
Yes.
Okay, so the project objective is to understand the nature and process of a technical presentation supported with professional level visual aids. Arrange pre-meeting communication via email. Find or create a post-meeting website for further information supporting or enhancing your verbal presentation. You may create a web page or edit to website, making use of broadcasting, webcasting, or basic internet template. Use a desktop computer, Microsoft Word, a web browser, a simple graphic and Microsoft PowerPoint as well as a flip chart. Time 12 to 15 minutes. So,
Thank you, Soyang.
Okay, so I start.
Yeah.
Good afternoon, Toastmaster of Day, fellow Toastmasters and guests. I sent hearing test last night to everyone in the WhatsApp group. Has everyone tried the hearing test?
Yes.
Has everyone tried the link that I sent? So how good is your hearing?
Not so good.
Do you how is it? Let's search on it.
What happened?
What is the issue?
I can't share the YouTube video.
I can't hear it.
I can't share the YouTube video.
You must share. You need to share from your Windows, your IE, your Windows screen. I'm here again.
Can you hear?
Yeah, Sir Yang, we can hear you.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay, share your screen again. Try again. Okay.
Okay, okay.
So this is how the sound is transmitted through your ear. The So I have a better idea of how the sound transmits through the a normal person like us can have a hearing of can hear a decibel from 0 to 20 decibel. So decibel is a unit used to measure the intense sound level of electrical signal by comparing it with a given level on the logarithmic scale, as you can see over. If someone has mild hearing loss, they can hear for up to only 20 to 40 decibel. And someone who has profound hearing loss can only hear from 80 to 120 decibel. There are three types of hearing loss. The first type is a conductive hearing loss. This is caused by a problem within the outer or middle ear. This means that the sound wave cannot be conducted anywhere between the outer and the inner ear inclusive. The second type is called the sensory neural hearing loss. This is caused by the damage to the inner ear or the auditory nerve. And the third type is mixed, which means you have a mixture of a conductive and the sensory neural hearing loss. So to address the hearing loss issue, we will need a hearing aid. This is a biomedical device to assist the hearing of the individual whose hearing performance is low, but they are not entirely deaf. This is how on the right side of the picture, this is how the hearing aid works. So when a sound is received through a microphone, and this microphone converts the sound wave to electrical signals and send it to an amplifier. So this amplifier increases the power of the signal and send it to the speaker, and then the deaf person can hear the sound. The hearing aid was first started in 13th century. It's not very different from the hearing aid that we are using now. So in the 13th century, people are using animal horns, seashell, and glass as ear trumpets to amplify the sound. Then if you know Beethoven, who was a deaf musician, he uses the ear trumpet, which is more sophisticated. And in the 19th century, we have people continue to use the ear trumpets, but they incorporate into hats, headbands, clothing beards, so that they can conceal the hearing aid. Then in 1898, the first electric hearing aid was invented by Miller Reese Hutchinson. And the body-worn hearing aid was the first type of hearing aid. It can see over here on the right, it consists of a cord, a ear mold, and a case which is about the size of a small wallet. So due to its bulkiness, this case is worn on the patient's pocket. So as the years goes by, the hearing aid becomes smaller. So we have the behind the ear hearing aid. It's something similar to the body-worn hearing aid. It consists of a ear mold, a tube, and a case. So this case is miniaturized. And because it's made of plastic, the case is more lighter. The advantage of this type of hearing aid is that it's long-lasting because it's placed outside the ear, and it's especially suitable for people with profound hearing loss because this type of hearing aid requires more power because to amplify the sound for people with profound hearing loss, and it's especially suitable for small children because only the ear mold needs to be replaced. The disadvantage of this type of hearing aid is that it's visible, so everybody can see that you are deaf, and it's exposed to the rain and weather condition. The third type of hearing aid is called the in-the-ear hearing aid. This hearing aid is fitted in the ear, so it needs to be customized to fit the patient's ear. And this is suitable for patients with mild to serious hearing loss. The advantage of this type of hearing aid is convenient to be inserted into and removed from the ear. It's easy to control the volume, and there's more room for longer battery life. But the limitation is that it's still visible and that wind noise is possible unless fitted properly. The fourth type of hearing aid is called the receiver in the canal hearing aid. So this type of hearing aid is very similar to the behind the ear hearing aid. And instead of using thin wire, this type of hearing aid uses thin wires instead of the acoustic tube in the behind the ear hearing aid. The advantage of this type of hearing aid is it has less distortion than the behind the ear hearing aid, and it's difficult for people to see this hearing aid because of its small size. As you can see, the hearing aid becomes smaller and smaller due to technology. So we will have the in the canal and completely in the canal hearing aid. So you can see that these hearing aids are all very small, so that it's not visible to other people. For the completely in the canal hearing aid, it is not suitable for people who are sensitive towards low frequency noise, as it is more susceptible to occlusion effect. Another type of hearing aid is the invisible in-canal hearing aid. So this type of hearing aid is fitted deeper into the ear canal, and the sound can be captured naturally by the shape of the ear. The second last type of hearing aid is called the bone-anchored hearing aid. So this type of hearing aid is implanted in the skull for transmission of the sound to the inner ear. This hearing aid circumvents the external auditory canal and the middle ear to reach the cornea. This type of hearing aid is recommended for people with conductive hearing loss. And one condition for the use of this hearing aid is that the patient can only have one ear that is deaf. It's not suitable for people with both ears which are deaf. And this type of hearing aid not only amplifies the sound, but helps to amplify the sound not to treat very severe deafness. The last type of the hearing aid is the cordial hearing aid. So this is recommended for patients with serious sensory neural hearing loss. Most importantly, the auditory nerve must be still functioning. The cordial implant consists of two parts. The external part consists of the microphone, which captures the sound from the surrounding area. The speech processor, which filters the noise while retaining the auditory speech and send the sound in the form of electrical signal to the transmitter via a thin cable. And the transmitter transmits the processed sound signal into the inner part by means of electromagnetic induction. The inner part consists of the receiver, which converts the signal into electric impulses. The receiver is placed in the bone below the skin, and the simulator sends the electric impulses to the electrodes through an internal cable. So the simulator is also placed in the same position as the receiver. And the last part of this internal part of the cordial implant is the electrode. So this is an array of electrode winding through the cordia for sending the electric impulses to the brain through the nerve, through the scala tympani nerves and the auditory nerve system. So depending on the manufacturer, there could be about 16 to 24 electrodes in the array. So in summary, we have discussed the three different types of hearing loss: the conductive, mixed, and the sensory neural hearing loss. For the patients with hearing loss, a hearing aid can assist people with low hearing performance, but not totally deaf. And over the years, you can see that the hearing aids have become miniaturized and portable. And there are different types of hearing aids to meet different patient needs. That's for, say, for example, for a kid a behind the ear hearing aid would be suitable. And for someone with profound hearing loss, a behind the ear hearing aid is also suitable because it requires more power, and this can be supported by the behind the ear hearing aid. So I hope that you have learned a lot more about the hearing aid today. Thank you.
It was a very informative speech, so thank you very much for sharing with us about the various hearing aids. And I'm sure all of our members have learned a lot about hearing aids, especially since we are moving towards that age where hearing becomes critical, and hearing loss is maybe improving or increasing slightly. So once again, thank you very much. So let's move on now to the next speech, which is international speech practice by our president, Madam Alicia Chia. Her speech is titled Light Me Up. And can I ask Aaron, maybe you can just share.
Okay, actually for this speech, I just checked with Alicia. Alicia mentioned that there's actually no, because this is a contest speech, so in a contest, the speeches
Feedback
are
maybe.
generic in their purpose and objective. So I'll be evaluating her according to the criteria on the contest judging form itself.
Okay,
Yeah.
thank you very much. Thanks a lot. So let's put our hands together and welcome Alicia Chia for her title, Light Me Up.
I remember the first time I embarked on my night cycling 2 years ago. It was a stroke of midnight, and I cycled all the way from Punggol to home. When I arrived at the Punggol Park Connector, that was a very quiet stretch of park where the night lamps were sparse. The darkness was glaring. At a point of time, I had mixed emotions, excited, for it was my first night cycling, nervous, and scared about the darkness. I had cycled this route during the day and thought it would be the same. However, when I had reached that quiet stretch, my bicycle light suddenly went off, and I was left in a dimly lit stretch. Ladies and gentlemen, what would you do if that happened to you? My heart skipped many beats, and I imagined someone would jump out and grab me from my bike and pull me out of my bike. So lesson number 1, life is like riding a bike. You don't fall off the bike unless you stop pedaling. So I kept calm and focused and pedaled like I never pedaled before. And I kept crossed my fingers so that, hoping that my tires would never get punctured. Lesson number 2, life is like the path. It's about your internal light, day and night, the light and darkness within you. I realized that day that riding that same path was very different during the day and the night. There's a difference between darkness and light. During the day, light gives us warmth, happiness, while the darkness clouds our vision with fear, anxiety, and stress. Everything is the same, but the light is the key shape that shapes our perception of clarity, with a clear view and vision to see where we are going. Without light, we can't see the path clearly. So now, the question is, do you have the ability to transform the darkness into light? To transform the negative, bleak situation with the light you have? The good news is, yes, you and I are born with the innate ability to transform darkness into light. But you need to put in a lot of effort. There are 3 ways you can light yourself. First, be your own light. Bring your own torchlight. I started with this small torchlight, but then later I upgraded to this big torchlight, a 4-in-1 torchlight, which has a Bluetooth facility to listen to music, take on your calls, acts as an extra battery charger, and also a light. So I can use different torchlight for different kind of rides. Next, you need to be prepared for the darkness. Accept that darkness is part of life. Where there is light, there is darkness. You know this and be prepared for it. Organize and plan for your route, for the path you are traveling, and train yourself for the darkness ahead to handle any situation. Be confident, and because you are experienced to handle such things. And the third way is to keep your fire burning. To keep your light burning. Just like the hymn. Give me all in my lamp, keep me burning, burning, burning. So surround yourself with people who light you up. People who are caring, positive, and inspiring. Keep away and shield yourself from people who are negative, who dampen your light with their negative attitudes and behaviors. Once you have transformed the darkness into light, it is time for you to light others up. Just like the song, You Light Up My Life by Debbie Bone. So many dreams I kept deep inside me, alone in the dark, but now you've come along. You light up my life, you give me hope to carry on. You light up my life and fill my nights with song. Light up a lamp for others, and it will brighten your path for you. Back to you, Toastmaster of the day.
Thank you, Alicia. It was a very nice speech, and I do hope you do well at the contest. Only thing I think is because of the online, we missed your dramatics a little bit. But I think you will do it on the day of the contest. So all the best to you. So let's move on now to the next speaker, which will be Janet Ha. Janet, I hope you're there. Can you come online with the video? Thank you. So Janet is going to be giving a speech from Pathways Engaging Humor. She's going to do level 2 part 1, project 1, which is know your sense of humor. So the objectives will be read out by the evaluator, DTM Sundaramurthy.
Yeah. The purpose of this project is to begin developing a collection of humorous stories and to present a speech that includes humor in it. And the time sequence is 5 to 7 minutes. Good luck.
So Janet, I think she's off, is it? Janet. Sorry, team. I'm not getting a response from her. So, Alicia, you have her number? Alicia?
Yes, she's here.
Can you
I'm okay. Give me a minute now.
thank you, because I think she switched off the system. Okay, maybe while waiting for you to get in touch with her again,
Hello?
if
Hello.
hi,
Is
Janet is back. Okay,
Sorry,
okay, Janet,
because
it's your turn. Sorry. So we already had the objectives of your speech from DTM Murthy, so you can proceed with the speech.
okay, can
Yeah,
start
you
now,
can
is
start
it?
your speech. Yeah, you can start your speech. Janet.
Laugh. Can anyone close your eyes down? I don't see anyone close the eye yet. Please close your eye now. Close the eye now. Close your eye now. Think of when is the last time you laughed. Is it a movie? A joke? Or Mr. Bean comedy show that make you laugh? Splendid Saturday to everyone. In general, laughter manifests us in 3 ways. Improving your social benefits, physical and mental health. Let us laugh a day to keep the doctor away. Let us promote the laughter that prevent us to visit SGH. SGH stands for Singapore General Hospital. However, do you know SGH is also stand for anyone? SGH is also stand for surely go home or surely go heaven. Hence, do think twice before you visit them. Sharing 2 of my collection of humorous stories. First, humorous story is about the police officer. The police stopped at old guy in a questionable condition at 1 a.m. What are you doing out so late, sir? Asked the police officer. I'm going to a seminar on the harm effect of alcohol, replied the man. Are you pulling my leg or something? Said the police officer. Who will you hold a seminar like that at this hour? The man sighed. My wife. The moral of this story is, behind every successful man, there is a
woman.
Yes, wonderful. Ask me why.
Why?
Because women don't follow unsuccessful men. Second humorous story is about sharing lessons in life. A wise man sat in the audience and cracked a joke. Everybody laughs like crazy. After a moment, he cracked the same joke again. This time, less people laugh. He cracked the same joke again and again. When there is no laughter in the crowd, ask me why.
Why?
He smiled and said, you can't laugh at the same joke again and again. But why do you keep crying over the same thing over and over again? Get the message? If something goes wrong, do not waste your time crying over it. Rather, spend time to work out how to set things right. You may find a solution. Ask me how.
Oh,
Firstly, talk to your family members. People should find happiness in the little thing like families. Do you agree? When you have a family member together with you, you find there's a joy, happiness come within your family members. Second, think about something positive and funny instead. Try to replace negative thoughts with positive one and think about something funny and silly instead. Seeing the lighter, funnier side to a stressful situation can make things easier and stop someone from crying so easily. Thirdly, do some exercise. Exercise release feel good endorphins, and it is a great distraction from what is causing the upset too. First of all, that should not make us cry. But if we must cry once and move on. Do not get stuck on the depression and move ahead. Do not cry over something again and again. You will not make any progress and you will be happy if you just stop crying and move ahead. In summary, let us inject humor to our life. Laugh often. The pursuit happiness is real. We all want to be happy. After all, life is better when we are happy, healthy, and successful. Can we practice to laugh?
Ha,
Ha,
ha, ha.
ha, ha. One more. Ha,
Ha.
ha,
Ah,
ha. Back to the Toastmaster of the day. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you very much. So let's move on to the next speaker, which would be Raj Bharat, and he's going to be doing his graduation in the CC manual, which is P10. So inspire the audience. So congratulations, Raj, on first taking this important step in moving on to the next advanced manuals. So he's going to do P2 and P10, which is inspire the audience. So for the objectives, since I am the evaluator for Raj's speech, so can I just inform that the speaker is to inspire the audience to improve personally, emotionally, professionally, or spiritually. He has to rely heavily on emotional appeal. He's got to draw us into his speech and then make us feel that we want to soar up with him, fly high with him. So that's the challenge for Raj. The speech should appeal to noble motives and challenge the audience to achieve a higher level of belief or an achievement. The speaker should use all the skills that he has learned so far from P1 to P9 to put together a really awesome, inspiring speech. Over to you, Raj Bharat. The timing is 8 to 10 minutes, Winnie. So at the 8th minute, the green card will be shown. At the 9th minute, the yellow card will be shown. At the 10th minute, the red card will be shown. Okay. And you still have 30 seconds to wrap up. So go ahead, Raj, inspire us and make us soar. Thank you.
Thank you so much. So everyone can hear me?
Yeah.
Okay. So I'm ready then? Okay. We all are human beings. Our soul passes through 384,000 different species to enter into our human body. Good morning, dear all Toastmasters and dear all souls. When I was in class 2, I failed first time in the annual examination. And my teacher said, Raj, you have failed. How will you continue your further study? And my mom said, no, Raj, you will do good in the future. When I moved to higher classes, I again failed in the English paper in the class 3 and class 4. And my teacher said, you again failed. How will you survive? In this case, my mom said again, I have faith on you. You will do better in the future. Time passed by. I moved to the higher classes, and it was the time in the class 9. There, I had option to choose mathematics and economics. I opted for mathematics, and my classmates started saying, Raj Bharat and mathematics, very bad decision. Raj Bharat will not able to continue in the mathematics. But my mathematics teacher said, I have faith on you. You will do better. And then what happened? I passed the mathematics paper with the 95% marks. Time passed. I moved further again. It was a time when I was doing the 10th examination, the matriculation examination. And I come from the average middle class family where education were not given on high priority. So my family members and neighbors started saying that Raj will not able to pass the 10th examination. And but I spoke to my father, and my father said, I have full faith on my son. He will pass with the higher marks, with a very good distinction. And see what happened? I passed the examination with the 6th rank at the district level. Time passed. I moved again to higher levels. It was for the engineering entrance preparation. I was really worried because my city was a small town and there were highly good teachers who used to guide me for the preparation of the engineering. My fellow friends said, you should go outside, you should go to the different city, you should go to the better city where good education happens. But I had not option to go there. So I had to continue in my same city, say my same hometown. I did my self-study and took guidance with some teachers. And then I passed the examination with good grade in the first division. And I was really very happy. Time moved forward. It came the time of the engineering college. I went to the engineering college. It was very far from my hometown. I moved, but I started facing challenges in the college. There, I faced challenges of the homesickness because I came first time out from my college. I started facing about the ragging in the college. I had no any friends there. So I started feeling very disturbed. And then what happened? Because of my not wellness, I failed in the first year of engineering. And I felt very frustrated. I felt very sad. What will I do? I was no idea at all. Even I had no such friends even who can motivate and support me in the college. They started saying, it is very difficult now for Raj. It is very impossible now for Raj to continue in the college, to survive in the college, to continue in the engineering days. And I was really at one of the worst moment of my life. Somehow I had faith on God. I started visiting temples for praying myself to do better for myself. And probably my prayers were listened by the God. And I started doing well in the classes. Slowly, I passed the second year, third year, and when I reached to the final year of the examination. There, after the final year, I did well. I became in the top 27 of the top 100 students class. Even though, and I got 2 job offer also. So this way, I could survive in the college. Time passed away. I came in the work life, in the professional career. There, I had dreamed to work for the self-development, to work for the team development, to work for the project development, to work for my organization development. I was doing so much hard work for the company, for my project work. But what happened during the appraisal time of the third year, when I was in the third year of my career, my appraisal were not satisfactory. I felt frustrated after the appraisal. They gave me bad rating and said to leave the company. But I didn't leave. I continued there. The team lead said that you are not right person to work in the company. But I was at the bad moment, but I had to continue because I had no any other option. And today I am completing the 7 years in the same organization. In life, it always happens that we get chance to listen to the other people. Some people motivate us, some people discourage us. Is it required that always do we need to the other people? Is it not necessary that we should listen to the ourselves only? Yes. Of course, we should not listen every people's opinion. We should have faith on ourselves because we have our soul, which have infinite energy, which have infinite power, which give us energy, which gives a power to do whatever I want to do. And think that do every time all the person who are with us, who are all the friends who are with us, all the neighbors, all the relatives who are with us, they want us to win always? Not everyone. Some want to win only those who want us to grow, who want us to move forward, who want us to reach to the highest potential. Who are those? Who are those person only who loves me, who loves us. So in this category, our friends come, those who really want us to win. Our family comes, who really want us to move to the higher levels. But there comes a moment in the life that you have to think that what do you want? What do you feel? How do you feel? Is it important? In this scenario, in this case, condition of self-love comes. Whenever someone says, someone asks, who do you think who loves you most? I say, I reflect the mirror and say, the mirror who, the person in this mirror loves me most. Because the person in the mirror is myself only. Because I have to take care of myself. Because when I will take care of myself, then I will feel better. When I will feel better, then you will able to help others. Then you will be able to help others to grow, to guide, to motivate, to encourage. So self-love is most important. Taking care of yourself is most important. Most of the time it happens that we live in the perception of the others. Others people think what he will say about me, what he thinks about me, what he will speak about me, or what I will speak about them. So any person who thinks about other person, it's not their own it's not their perspective, it's their own perspectives. If suppose say that a particular person is a very nice man, so it doesn't mean he is just speaking with their own experience, he's not speaking with their other person experience. If someone says that person is not in good behavior, so it means there is deficiency in that this particular person, not that opposite person. We have the power how we are, accordingly we look to the other people in the surroundings. So if we want other people, if we want to see goodness in the other people, we have to good in ourselves only, first of all. And how we will happen, how it will happen that we are good in ourselves when we will love ourselves most. So anytime when someone will ask you who loves you most, show the mirror, say the person in this mirror loves me most. It is a myself loves me most. It is a my soul who loves me most. I have to take care of my soul always, because my soul is the person or is the energy who will be with us till our last breath. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much, Raj. It was a wonderful speech and really appreciate that. So let's move on now to the next speaker, which would be me. So can I ask Lisa Young to read out the objectives since Ramesh is still not available?
So the purpose of, can you hear me?
Yeah,
The
sure.
purpose of this project is for the member to clearly define how Toastmasters envisions mentoring. It is for the member to to share some aspect of a previous experience as a protege, which Duration is 5 to 7 minutes.
Okay, thank you. So this is something that is very close to my heart, because I always believe that whatever we get out of Toastmasters, we need to pass it on. And this idea or this ethos was built into me by my mentor, the person who's responsible for me to travel 27 kilometers every month up and down. Sometimes I really get upset with him for that, but I think I have no choice. So anyway, I'm going to talk about mentoring as in what Toastmasters talks about. And for me, the one person who epitomizes or who actually uh, is the form, the live form of Toastmasters is DTM Sundaramurthy. He really sets the standards for me as far as Toastmasters is concerned. And he's the one who inspired me to come to Toastmasters, and he's the one who actually made me into what I am today as a Toastmaster. So about mentoring as what Toastmasters sees, it's basically not someone who's like going to help you to do everything that you want, but it's someone who's a brain to pick, a ear to talk, and a hand to push you in the right direction. So anytime that I am confused about anything to do with Toastmasters especially, and also sometimes with anything to do with my life, the brain that I pick upon is Murthy sir, and the ear that I speak to, even though sometimes he says he's busy, he still lends me that ear, so I can speak to him at any time regarding my issues with Toastmasters or what I want to do in Toastmasters, what is the way forward for me. And then one thing I'm sure about, that every one of you, whoever's in Whampoa Toastmasters or for that matter in Singapore Toastmasters, will agree, he is always the hand that will push us and also hold us as we travel along the correct path in Toastmasters. So for me, mentoring means someone who's there, been there, who has done it, and who's showing us the way to do it the right way. Because there is always a right way and a wrong way to do things. And Murthy sir is always about the right way to do things. You see, even today, online meeting, most of us are very formal, informal. He is still formal. The only thing I have seen him today differently is the coat is off, but the tie is still there. So he sort of like is the benchmark for me for Toastmasters. He sets the standards on what I want to achieve as a Toastmaster. And my experience and learning from mentoring under him is he affects not just my professional life as a Toastmaster, but also my personal life, my professional life as a speaker, a trainer. He has created a big impact. Along with Zafar, I think they two are the ideals on which I want to base my Toastmasters journey upon. And Toastmaster mentoring is very important because when we come into this field of Toastmasters, public speaking and leadership, it's a very vague area, because we know what we want to achieve, but the thing is we don't know how we are going to go and reach there. Every one of us knows where we want to go, but the problem is you don't know whether you're going to walk by there, or you're going to take a bicycle, or you're going to take a motorcycle, are you going to take a car, are you going to take a flight. Because they already done that, they have already reached that place, they know what is the best way to travel to that point. So they are able to guide us, to teach us, to let us know what we need to do to go on to the next level in our life as a Toastmaster. As we learn from them and we move on, it's not only that they are teaching us. I also believe, and I think he will agree with me, that he's also learning, because maybe I come in with a different viewpoint, I come in with a different facet of what he's trying to teach me, and my take on the same issue might be different. As we talk about in Toastmasters, the mentee and the mentor both grow. It is a two-way street. It is not a one-way path. It's not that, the person on top is going to push all the stuff into you and you're going to be filled in with that. No, it's a two-way communication, and I also have my inputs on what we are planning to do, and he also has his inputs on what we should be doing, and together we work out and then we travel together. And in that process, the mentee also will be able to add on something to the mentor, and the mentor is also adding on something to the mentee. So that is the true value of a mentorship. It's a two-way street, and we both learn as we travel along in this journey. One thing that Toastmasters mentorship teaches me is that it is not the destination, but it is a journey that is the most important part. How we are going to reach there is as important as where we are going to reach. How we are going to reach there is as important as when we are going to reach, because we have to enjoy the journey. That is very important, because if we don't enjoy this journey, then we cannot really do something that is important. So I think as a mentee, I have learned a lot from my mentors. And I think also that as a mentor, I shall be able to contribute more to my mentees in the future because of what I have learned from my mentors. It is always the guru shishya. I'm coming from India. So in India, in the olden days, we had an education system which is called the guru shishya system. That means the guru passes his or her knowledge to the shishya, the disciple, and then the disciple passes it on to his disciple. That is how the knowledge transfer happens. And this is a very Indian way of learning that used to be very prevalent in those days. Today, unfortunately, we have moved away from that. And I think mentorship is to a certain extent capturing the essence of that discipline of between the guru and the shishya. That is, the mentor and the mentee have the relationship of a guru and a disciple. So it's very important for us to have that attitude of learning, and so that we can learn and improve upon. So that is very important. On an aside to Alicia, we cannot see Vinny, so I don't know what's the timing. So maybe it can go off, because right now Soyoung is the screen. So just help me with that. So it is very important for us to know what we are doing, and are we doing the right thing? Are we traveling on the right path? And this process is helped upon by our mentor. They have the ability and the knowledge and the experience to impart to us what is required for us to be successful in Toastmasters. So it is very, very important that we understand what we are trying to do. And I think it is also very important for us that we are able to really do that and achieve what we want to do in Toastmasters. So it is all thanks to my mentors, especially to DTM Sundaramurthy, for being able to really drill all this stuff into me so that I can be a good communicator and also possibly a good leader. I would really humbly thank all my mentors, and especially DTM Murthy, for whatever he has done to make me into a good communicator and a leader. And I hope I shall be able to do the same in the future to any mentees that I have in my life. With that, back to me again, Toastmaster of the Day. Thank you very much. Okay. Okay, thank you very much. So now let's move on to the next part of our program, which is the timers report. Winnie, can I get the timers report for all the speakers?
Okay, give a moment. Um, for Soyoung, she took 14 minutes 54 seconds. Alicia took 6 minutes 46 seconds. And Janet, she took
8 minutes and 46 seconds, I think.
yeah 8 minutes 46 seconds. And Raj took 11 minutes. And for Wasan, he took 8 minutes 5 seconds.
8, is it?
Yeah, 8 minutes. 8 seconds.
I
8
ran out
seconds.
of time. Yeah, okay. Yeah, I
Yeah.
understand. I was not able to see you. The screen was on So Young only, so I couldn't see you. Okay, no problem. My mistake.
Okay.
Okay.
So only two. Yeah, I
Alicia, do
think
we do voting or how is it working on online system? Alicia, is there any voting or how is it on the online system? No need?
Sorry, Winnie, who exceeded the time?
Me.
yeah, Wasan. Actually, only I mean, only two people is on time. Only
That means there's no voting.
Okay.
yeah,
Okay.
only Serling and Alicia's within the time.
Hey, Raj also took 11 minutes. Okay, thank you.
Yeah, 11.
Yeah, I understand. So there's no voting. Thank
Yes.
you, Madam
Yeah.
President. So now we will have a short break of 10 minutes. Everyone need to come back. Now the time is 2:55. Do we need this break or can we skip the break, Madam President? Hello? Can we skip the break, Alicia?
No, I think y'all better take a break.
Okay. So in that case, maybe we make it a 5-minute break. Is it okay? We are running over time. We are actually 10 minutes behind. So we take a 5-minute break. We come back by 4 p.m. Okay, everyone,
Yeah,
you
I
can
have
have
a
a 5-minute
question.
break and then we come back online. Okay, the next segment is the better thinking segment, which is about table topics. So this is a very important segment in any chapter meeting because this is where we get to sort of like think on our feet and learn how to process our thoughts and quickly come up with something to speak. It's very useful in our professional as well as personal life. Over to you, Janet, table topic master for today.
Thank you, Vashan.
Yeah.
Hi, wonderful afternoon to everyone. Right now, you are going to have an opportunity to participate. One of the most interesting segment, the table topic session. The purpose of this table topics is have members to participate thinking and speaking on their feet. The skill of the speaking not just help you throughout your personal as well as your personal life. To help you practice today, I have prepared a few topics that hopefully will help you meet this goal. The timing, Winnie, you would like to share the timing sequence or I just go ahead to talk about the timing sequence?
You can just tell, so it's okay.
Okay, at 1 minute, the timer will show the green card. At 1.5 minutes, the timer will show the yellow card. And 2 minutes, the timer will show the red card. And after the red light on, in fact, you have another 30 seconds to wrap up the speech. So today,
Maybe I tap on the screen is better, or I show the yellow card, or I show the card is better, or I tap the timing is better.
I'm not sure the rest of the participant.
Because sometimes they didn't see my screen.
Yes, just now I also never
Yeah,
do your
totally, I
screen
also
share.
But if I tap, is it everyone can see?
Unless they put it to, they open the chat. If they don't open the chat also, they will not see.
Okay, then which one is the best way?
I think if you, Alicia, the group view can also be left on, right? Since you are the host, you can control that, correct, Alicia? You have to unmute.
Sorry, Winnie, I think you show the card.
Yeah, but for that, we need to have the group view because just now when I was speaking also, I was not able to see her at all and I didn't see the timing.
Yeah. Under, you see, you just scroll up to look for the timer.
Look for the timer.
Which is Winnie.
Yeah.
Winnie, you need to show the thing. Then for anyone to see the timing, you need to scroll up and find the timer.
Okay. So Winnie, can you show the card so we can see now?
This is the green
Okay.
card,
Yeah, okay, we can see you now.
yellow card, and the red card.
Okay, we can see you. Yeah.
Okay, can you see?
If you're
Everyone
using
see?
computer, it's easy to see. Can have multiple screens, but phone, I don't know whether it's easy.
Yeah.
Actually, I also can see the multiple. I can see 4 people at the same time. You can just select on the left side. Then you can choose other people
Oh,
Okay.
okay.
if you are using the handphone.
Anyway, it's a learning experience. So yeah, I think all of us are stumbling, fumbling, but we are learning. Yeah. Okay. That's better.
Okay, can we start?
Okay, shall we start, Janet? Eh? How come Janet is missing? Huh?
I think she was suddenly out of the meeting accidentally,
left
so
the
need
meeting
to get her to come in again.
Yeah. Okay, while we wait for Janet, maybe. Okay, while we are waiting for Janet, I just fill in 1 minute or 2 minutes. Maybe Alicia, you can call her to log back inside. Okay, it's very important for us to be able to communicate. So table topics teaches us how to think on our feet, and like just now Janet was also saying, the ability to think on our feet will be improved by the impromptu speeches that we do in table topics. And it's very important for us in our personal life as well as professional life. Those of you who are married, just to share with you, when your wife asks you something that you really cannot answer, but 30 seconds you have to come up with the answer that convinces her, table topics will help you. Same thing, ladies also. When your husband asks you something or the boyfriend asks you something, you have 30 seconds to come up with a very believable answer. So table topics can help you in this. And the other thing is, of course, like if your boss asks you something fantastic in the lift, I always tell this, right? So as you're traveling in the lift, what you speak in the next 30 seconds either decides your future in the company or sends you out of the company. So it's very important for us to be able to think on our feet. So Janet went off. So accidentally or what? Madam President, any info?
Yes, her battery went flat.
Oh, she's on handphone, is it?
Probably.
Okay. So shall we move on to the evaluation and then come back to the table topics, or you want to just randomly do some table topics?
Random first.
Random, huh? Okay. Any volunteers? I will give you the topics.
Okay, I'll take it.
Jay, is it?
Yes.
Okay. Your topic will be the same. Today's theme. Leaders don't give excuses, they deliver results. Jay?
Yes.
Yeah. Leaders
Very good.
don't give excuses, they deliver results.
Very good afternoon.
Yeah.
My dear Toastmasters, President and the Toastmaster of the day. The topic given to me is leader don't give excuses, they deliver results. In fact, I was just a few minutes back, I was thinking about from the past 1.5 years, I did not contribute much to Toastmasters. My last prepared speech was somewhere in 2018. After that, I did not even prepare a speech, neither I have evaluated. So I was thinking myself, what should I do? I was giving lots of excuses. I don't have time. Apart from work, I'm also managing a yoga center. I have to prepare for the yoga center. Then, but still, that's not an excuse. So what should I do? We only have chapter meetings once a month. And I think the situation is the same for every one of us. So I need to break my excuse ice. I need to plan. It's just a matter of a topic and just maximum 10 minutes. Probably I can just weekly I can just plan for 5 minutes. 2 weeks I can get my topic ready. And the third week I can just prepare. And fourth week I can just do a trial. I think that's how leaders are made. They're not born. Thank you, Toastmaster of the day. You are muted, Srinivasan. Vasan, you are muted.
I'm opening it. Yeah, sorry. Okay. Thank you very much, Jay, for that. And can I have another volunteer? Um, if no volunteers, I will volunteer someone. Raj, you want to volunteer? Okay. Raj, the topic for you is it is okay not to be perfect as long as we are making progress. The topic for you, I repeat, is okay not to be perfect as long as you are making progress.
Okay. So, hello everyone.
Hey, Janet is back. Okay, Raj, you continue first.
Yeah, hello. You are listening?
Yeah, continue.
Okay. So it is okay to not to be perfect if you are making the progress. Few months back, I participated in the club level international speech contest. Sorry, humorous speech contest. And for that contest, I was preparing for a year at least to come in the top three. And when on the contest day, when I was on the stage, when I was giving the speech, I realized after 3 or 4 minutes that there has been disconnect with the audience, and I'm losing the audience are losing the interest in my message which I want to share. So at that moment only I realized that I'm not going to be in the top three. I think speech is not getting much interested for the audience, and I feel little bit discomfort on the stage only. And reflections came on my face, or even I was on the stage only. So although I had that I would wanted to be in the top three, but couldn't, so we get discouraged. But this is not the case in the actual situation. We feel that we wanted to achieve particular goal or particular achievement, but we didn't made it. But when we do preparation for that, it takes us to the next level. It helps us to develop something in ourselves. We made the progress, we made the move forward. So if we think that if we are trying hard to achieve something and we are not achieving, so we should not get discouraged. We have to make sure we have to let us realize that we made some progress, because progress happens gradually, then we reach to the some goal. So progress happens always, whether you win or whether you lose, if you are making the true effort in achieving anything. Thank you. Over to you.
Janet, Vasan here. While you were away, I just did 2 topics just to keep it moving. So you can continue now. You can start with your table topics.
Okay. I cannot see the. Okay, anyone would like to choose any number from here? CJ?
Yeah, just now I think CJ volunteered. Maybe
Yeah, I choose number 8.
Number
Lucky
8.
number 8.
Life experience is the best teacher.
Hi, splendid Saturday club president, fellow Toastmaster, and distinguished guests. I believe that life experience is the best teacher. I fully agree with this. Because whatever things you volunteer, you need to go through the experience, then you will become better. For me, when I joined Toastmaster during my first year as a VPE, I do not have any knowledge of what is a VPE at all. So I just dive inside and volunteer myself for the role of VPE. And to my surprise, it's the most work in the chapter meeting. I have to plan for 2 times a month, and there's always last minute changes where speakers and evaluators have to drop out because of work commitment, and I have to find last minute replacement. So ladies and gentlemen, whatever role you want to go, just take it even though you don't have much experience in it. Once you dive into the role and perform better, you will become a better person after you have experienced it. Ladies and gentlemen, I would like to leave you with a quote. Be better today than you were yesterday. Be better tomorrow than you are today. Keep growing, keep learning, and keep serving in Toastmaster. Back to you, table topic master.
Thank you, CJ. Yes, keep going, keep smiling, and we will achieve our goal and dreams. The next one, anybody would like to pick the number? Pasan?
Yeah, but I'm already speaking a lot, so I'm okay with.
Or maybe Winnie?
Yeah, Winnie maybe.
What number you like to pick?
Give me number 6.
Number 6.
Hold on.
Love yourself.
Love yourself.
Is anyone doing the time?
Yeah, I'll be doing it, no problem.
You can do the time. Who is doing the time? I need to choose the screen.
I'll do that. You can speak.
Okay, start. Love yourself. Actually, this is what I'm doing every day. Personally, I'm not a very confident people, but after I start to love myself, I found that my life changed. Because when you love yourself, you will all the world is yours. So which means everyone around you, you feel like they are become friendly, and your life you can choose by yourself. Because sometimes I found too many people, they will focus too much on other people's. So which means they will always focus on other people's comment and focus on other people, how they can make other people happy. But when you love yourself, all your focus is yourself. You will firstly think about is yourself. You want to know what is the life you want to have and who you want to be. So love yourself is the first things you need to do when you're going to start your own life. So that's why after I love myself, I found that my life changed and every day is become better and better. After you doing these things, you will always focus on what you want to have and what you want to be. And that's why I found that love yourself is very important. And this one is one of the secret I changed my life and become a happy girl for myself. Thank you.
Thank you, Winnie. Wonderful. Love yourself. Yes. In order for you to take care of other people, first thing you have to love yourself first. Then in order to take care of others. Next, taker Baraj or Muti. Pick any number here. Or any taker if you like want to attend the table topics. Don't be shy. Muti, you would like to try out?
Alicia is raising her hand, Janet.
Oh, okay. Go ahead. Which number you like to pick?
Four.
4. Okay, let me just. Life, travel, adventure, rest, and don't be sorry.
Correct one for the tourist in Singapore.
All right. Splendid afternoon to club members, guests, and everyone. I've got this topic: live, travel, adventure, bless, and don't be sorry. Oh, this is really long. For the tourists within my own country, this has a lot of meaning. The first word, live. Yes, you certainly need to live. Live on food and fresh air or love. It can be anything that meets your satisfaction. For me, since I'm not attached, so it's fresh air, adventure, travel. Then when it comes to the next, travel, now these days, I'm too busy to travel overseas. And even worse, with the COVID-19, I can't even go anywhere. But I try to travel within my own country, and my traveling will be done on my bicycle or my 2 legs. So even if I travel now these days with my bike, I think I still got to sanitize it. And adventure. Now, adventure is something that in this tiny Singapore, do you think you can get adventure?
Mountain climbing.
Do you think you can get adventure?
Can.
Yeah, of course you can have. All you need to do is to adopt a mindset of exploring. No matter how small your neighborhood is, or how small the flat you stay in, you can always step out of your comfort zone. Like just yesterday, I went to explore my new housing estate, which I'll be shifting soon. I took a different route rather than a normal straight route, and I cut through the housing estate. And thus, while exploring it, I discovered, despite the new estate with very little trees, by using this new route, I found another way with lots of trees, which shaded me. And so I enjoyed this new route. I even found a school nearby. So by picking up this exploring mindset, you give yourself a new experience and you can enjoy the scenery while exploring this new route. Then the other word, bless. Since I enjoy a lot of things, we will need to bless the person who have given this enjoyment to us. So at the end of the day, we have a full-rounded experience. And you will not live a life of regret. Back to you, table topic master.
Thank you, Alicia. Yes, for me, I live, travel, adventure, press at this moment, meaning it's now. Don't wait, don't procrastination. Because if you tell yourself, wait for next day, that will be never come true. Because things will only carry out through action, but not waiting. Okay, are we have time to go through another one?
I think should be okay.
Yeah, should be okay, right?
Last one.
Last one?
I'll do it. 5.
5. In life, there is no such thing as impossible. It is always possible.
I think this statement shows that it is a state of mind, because whenever we meet situations, for example, let's say as Toastmasters, we all commonly hear this, that people fear public speaking more than they fear death, right? That's because it's a state of mind. We will think that, oh, it's impossible for us to speak well. Oh, we are going to make a mistake when we go up the stage. Oh, this, oh, that. So we will think that public speaking is actually impossible. But nowadays, I think with the kind with many experienced people in Toastmasters that can help us with technology, public speaking has been made more possible. So, for instance, during this current era of or this current circumstance of COVID-19, I personally am not really a fan of online public speaking, because I believe that public speaking means public, right? You have to speak in public, you have to, so that people can see your eye contact, people can see your body language, people can better see your entire, how you deliver and how you express yourself. By the end of the day, I think this new situation, this COVID-19 has really brought me a new perspective to think that public speaking is not just, it's not impossible on using other platforms, but it can also be made possible, because with this COVID-19 situation, when we do public speaking online, such as with via Zoom and whatnot, we have to use new ways to ensure that, for instance, our body language, our hand gestures, our vocal variety, our message can better get across to the audience. So I think that really this has helped me to have a change of mind that, hey, public speaking is not just really impossible, but it's impossible not just impossible online, but it's also possible as well, because we have to be flexible in order to explore various means and various platforms that we can improve and become better public speakers ourselves. So I think that impossible is a state of our mind, but so long as we take the opportunities to speak, we open our minds to new possibilities, then everything can be possible. Back to you, Table Topics Master.
Thank you, Aaron. Yes, there is no such thing as impossible. The impossible breakdown, the word is I am possible. Okay, I shall end of this table topic session and hand over back to this Toastmaster of the day. Vashan, thank you.
Yeah, thank you very much, Janet, for that wonderful table topic preparation. And can we have the timers report, Vinny?
Okay, give me a moment. The first one, Jay, he took 1 minute 40 seconds, and Raj took 2 minute 7 seconds, and CJ took 1 minute 33 seconds, and Winnie took 1 minute 43 seconds. Alicia took 3 minute 42 seconds. Aaron took 2 minute 13 seconds. So only Alicia is not cannot vote for this.
Yeah, doesn't qualify for the thing.
Yeah, so everyone is qualified except Alicia.
She said too long, so the speech also went too long. Okay, Alicia, how do we vote now? All enter their votes in the chat or something like that?
Okay, by right, we're supposed to do some voting mechanism. I'm unable to do it because I'm the co-host.
Yeah,
so,
I understand. Can we just
yeah.
type in the name in the chat? Is it
No,
okay?
that then he'll know. No, what you can do is.
Yeah, but
what
we
you
need
can
to
do
set
is.
up that.
No, one more. I have suggestion.
Yeah.
Anyone who's not voting, so we can WhatsApp to that person.
Okay, maybe can just WhatsApp me. Hello,
WhatsApp
since
you,
I'm
okay.
conducting this table topic session. Yeah,
What's
Janet here.
Janet, is it?
Okay,
I don't know
so
if everyone
everyone
has this number.
don't have Janet's number.
Yeah.
No, you just book me. Yes, just book me. I said,
You can do a private vote. You can send a private chat.
Since Alicia doesn't qualify for the voting rights, we all message Alicia.
Okay, we can do a private chat. We can send a private chat.
No, you can just directly message Alicia since she is not eligible for voting.
okay, can also.
Yeah. We will do it to Alicia. All of
Okay,
us should
maybe.
have Alicia's number, right? Okay, I sent my message already.
The one I want to vote for, I don't know his name.
The handsome guy, is it?
You can look at the
It's
gallery.
not there. The video is off, so I can't see.
No, you can just go to all, there are two
Gallery
views,
view.
group view and the speaker view. You go to the group view, you can see everybody's pictures.
Okay.
Yeah. Just go to the group view and then from there you can see.
Okay, got it.
But I think we got whom you're voting for. Okay, already done. So I give another 1 minute for everyone to vote. If everyone has voted, we should move on to the next part of the program.
I sent.
Okay. Okay. Can I have a confirmation? Everyone voted?
I sent to Alicia.
Okay, good.
I sent to
Mrs.
Janet.
Okay.
Yeah,
Janet,
I already sent to Alicia. Everything let Alicia to collect.
Yeah. PJ, have you voted?
Okay, the winner.
Later, end of the program. even though we are online, we are still following our own chapter meeting. So end of the program. Okay, let's move on now to the next segment, which is better listening, because in Toastmasters, not only do we have to speak, we also have to speak on time, and at the same time, it also helps us to listen, because we have to know how to listen. God gave us 2 years because He wanted us to listen more than speak. So, in Toastmasters, we learn listening. So, evaluation is a process wherein we learn to listen to the speeches and come to a conclusion on what was good about it, what is can be improved upon, and such stuff. So, we shall now move on to the evaluation. So, if Sir Young is ready,
Do I evaluate you first?
yeah, I'll go into that thing. I just wanted to make sure because I cannot see a picture. So, if you're ready, okay. So, for the first evaluator, the timing for the evaluation, Vinny, is 2 to 3 minutes. At the second minute, you show the green
Okay. 2 to 3
card.
minutes.
At 2 minutes 30 seconds, you show the yellow card.
And 3
Okay.
minutes, I will
2
show the
minutes
red
and 30 seconds, you show the yellow card. At the third minute, you show the red card, and after that, 30 seconds, they have to wrap up. Okay. So if they
Okay.
exceed 30 seconds, they're not eligible for voting. So let's
Okay.
move on to evaluate the first speaker, the speech given by the first speaker, which was Srinivasan Sohe. Can I have the evaluator, Lerser Young, to give the evaluation on project TL2P3 Introduction to Mentoring?
All right. Good afternoon, Toastmaster of the day, fellow Toastmasters and guests. I'm honored to evaluate Vasan's today. I've been the Toastmaster of Whampoa Toastmaster Club for 6 months, and Vasan has never failed to impress me with his figurative use of language. I like how he described how his commitment to Toastmaster, how he traveled 27 kilometers to a meeting, and his definition of mentorship. Vasan, I have some suggestion of how you can do differently. You can start off by engaging the audience by posting a question. Have you met a good mentor? How do you define good mentorship? Then you can use a diagram to describe your the guru story that you shared just now, how the guru transmit the knowledge to a disciple, and the 3 C's of mentorship. 3 C's of mentorship, meaning role 1, which is consultant, role 2 is counselor, and role 3 is cheerleader. Then you can proceed to use a storytelling approach to share with the audience how Toastmaster has transformed you. Everyone is curious to know how Vasan was like before he joined Toastmaster. I believe everyone is familiar with the power of Vasan can share the 3 areas how Toastmaster has changed you, how Muti has played the 3 C's of mentorship. Finally, you can end off with the benefit of Toastmaster and an advice to potential and new Toastmaster on how to find a good mentor. Look forward to your next speech. Hope that you will accept my recommendation and will work on engaging the audience and challenge yourself to use a storytelling approach. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Okay, shall we now move on to the next evaluation, which will be by Alicia Chia Polin, who will be evaluating the speech delivered by Lerser Yang on P5 hearing aids. Alicia Chia.
A splendid afternoon to members and guests, and especially to Sir Yen. I'll evaluate Sir Yen in 2 areas. The first area, what he has done well, and the second area of the speech that was a bit lackluster. So the first area that she did very well was she certainly met the objectives, which was to have a pre-meeting communication via email with the link that she gave us on the hearing test link. And in her presentation, she also showed the YouTube of the process of hearing animation. It was very good. And on top of it, the best excellent thing was that she had very good, excellent PowerPoint slides. Most people like to cram a lot of things on their slides, but Sayan's slides were very concise, to the point, pictorial, and certainly help us all to understand a technical topic of hearing aid. I particularly like the historical chronological history of hearing aid, where I discovered that in the past, people use horns as hearing aid. I never knew that. Now, let's go on to the other area where those parts of her speech that were lackluster. It's a technical speech. So a lot of things are pretty technical, lots of facts and figures and pictures. And in order to better engage the audience, Yan is a very steady speaker, loud and clear. But I would recommend that she put in more emotion and with more variations in her vocal variety to balance up her very excellent visual presentation. Because as the common adage says, nobody remember what you said, but they will remember how you made them feel. So perhaps you can put in things like some personal stories for people who use hearing aid. Just one or two will do. And also to modulate your vocal variety, some higher pitch, some lower pitch, and because it's a very long speech. All in all, Yan, congratulations on doing this technical presentation. You had met all the project objectives. Just up your level with more vocal variety, and I hope to see you at your next speech. Back to you, Toastmaster of the day.
Thank you very much, Alicia. So let's move on now to the next evaluation, which would be the evaluation on Alicia's competitive speech. Maybe just not evaluation, but feedback on what she can do better or how she's done well. So can I invite DTM Aaron Ting to give the feedback to Alicia on her contest speech?
Splendid afternoon, fellow Toastmasters. Alicia, just like your speech title, Light Me Up, you have light us up with your speech today. And now where have you done so? Firstly, I thought you were a very sincere speaker in a sense that you shared with us a very, very positive message on the importance of lighting up other people's lives. And that was a very, very positive message. And secondly, you also bore your soul to us with your lovely singing, right? And many, many other things you did in your speech, we demonstrated your sincerity. So all these elements goes to show that you were glowing with a lot of sincerity and positivity. And when the audience feels that you are a very sincere and positive speaker, it makes us want to sit up and listen to you. And I think that's a very, very good quality of a speaker that every speaker wants to have. So job well done on that. Secondly, you were able to relate to the audience very well through, number one, using, for example, song lyrics, and number two, using the analogy of a torch. And when you use things which the audience are familiar with, the audience will be able to better relate. And when the audience better relates to your speech impact will have been magnified. So job well done on that. Now, having said that, because this is a contest speech, you want to win first place. So how can you light up the judges and light up the audience such that you'll be able to win this contest? A couple of suggestions. Number one, light up using personal stories. So for example, when you mentioned about your cycling experience from Pongo back to home, you stop after the point where you heard, as in after you said you heard something, you were scared, something scared you. Then you stopped there and you went on to talk about your message and whatnot. We would like to have heard what happened to you after that. Was it that because of that you fell off the bike? And after that, a guy came to help you, and this is a guy that, you know, commonly you would think that is not so good looking and someone you were perhaps swiped left on Tinder. But because the guy helped you that day, the guy light up your life, and therefore you felt the guy was, wow, so dashing, so charming, right? So share with us personal stories, use details, share with us personal stories, because personal stories help the audience to better understand your point and you can better relate and resonate to them. And I'd like to suggest to you a structure in which perhaps you could better talk about personal stories, which I have just shared with you via private message itself. So that is situation S, T, thoughts and feelings. O, observations and actions, R, results, and Y, your message. So this is something that you can consider to better structure your story and share powerful, impactful stories with the audience. My second suggestion for you is, when you talked about lyrics, you talked about lights, all these are very, very good, but I would like to encourage you to use these to anchor your speech. So for example, at the end, when you were concluding with your message, you could just hold up your torchlight with the light on like this, right? And that will really prove a very, very powerful visual point to the audience. It can help you reinforce your message further. And next suggestion for you is, during your competition itself, or just now rather, I noticed that you were looking more towards the left. So I'd like to encourage you to, perhaps you can place your script or your cue cards next to your computer or next to your computer's camera, so that you make it seem you're looking straight towards the audience itself, and that will greatly help in audience impression. And to conclude, Alicia, you are an excellent and wonderful speaker. Keep speaking, keep sharing, keep shining, and I'm sure you will do well at the area you want contest. Back to you, TMD.
Thank you very much, DTM Aranting. And I think if Alicia makes full use of all the suggestions, we should see an area level champion from Whampoa. Anyway, there's not much competition, Alicia. Just to let you know, since I am the contest chair, very few people are coming up because of the COVID-19 situation. So all the best. And let's move on now to the next evaluation. This will be by DTM V. Sundaramurthy, who will be evaluating the speech given by Janet on level 2P1 of engaging humor, knowing your sense of humor. So, Murthy sir. Sir, you have to unmute. Sir, unmute. Okay.
Thank you, Vasan. A very good afternoon, Club President, and all the members, especially to Speaker Janet. Janet, I would like to evaluate your speech on two parts. The first part being the positive aspects of your speech, and the second part would be the room for improvements to enhance your future speeches. The positive aspects of the speech, most importantly, as a Toastmaster, we have learned the basics of speeches, how to deliver the speeches. You have learned all the basics, like clarity of the spoken language. It was very clear, it was very slow. It was very slow, just mind it. Later on, I will tell you what it is, why is it very slow. But it was clear and easily understood. The vocal variety, I was able to see a lot of vocal variety, especially when you said that, everyone else, please close your eyes. The audience did not respond. Then later on, you raised your voice and they said, everyone else, please close your eyes. Now. So there was a lot of vocal variety. The other one is, when the policeman questioned the person walking on the street, what are you doing at this hour, sir? There's a vocal variety of the command and the request, for which the resident replied like some sort of things, and are you pulling my leg? It was a question. So we were able to differentiate the aspect of vocal variety over there. That is vocal variety. The other thing is tempo and the speed of speech. I will add it into room for improvement. Eye contact. Today, probably most of the speakers are seated on the chair and they thought they should not leave the seat, and which made them a bit uncomfortable. So to differentiate, moving from left to right, you were able to sway from your seat, I think. So that was actually another way, even though there was movement, but you were still able to have eye contact with audience. Then smile. That is the most important positive aspect as a speaker, especially for Janet. You have a wonderful smile, and the ideal speaker's smile. Why do I say that? Because it lightens up your face, and also it lightens the audience to receive your speech, the eyes and the ears. Now, most importantly, let us move on to the second part of my evaluation, which is a room for improvement. I would like to recommend 2 points for improving the speech. The first thing, you have to differentiate between the title and the topic. Title. The title could be a title for a book. It just says nothing. It just says a voluminous thing of all. But when you say it is a topic, it is a focused delivery on a particular subject. So now today you're choosing a topic as laugh, laugh, laugh. What does it mean to me? You have to say something. It could be in a sentence form. The audience have to understand it. It should be a summarized way of putting what the audience are expecting from your speech. The second one, very important. The speaker has to maintain a delivery rate 140 to 160 words per minute, which we can compare. But your delivery is very, very slow. So you can enhance it, you can make it a bit faster. Try to clear the weeds from your speech garden, like spending too much of time on engaging the audience. Go straight to the point. I'm very sure with the type of rooms for improvements with these two particular points, your coming future speeches will be enhanced to a greater extent. Back to you, Toastmaster of the day.
Thank you very much, Murthy sir. So I think it was quite useful. Janet, I hope you can get some points from DTM Murthy sir. So let's move on now to the next evaluation, which will be me evaluating the speech given by Raj Bharat, the P10 speech, which is inspire the audience. Okay, so first and foremost, congratulations to Raj Bharat on crossing a very important milestone in the Toastmaster journey. This is basically where you graduate out from the school and move into the college. So congratulations on that. And it was very interesting viewpoint on inspiring people. And I think when you said about who loves you, the title of the speech was Who Loves You? And then when you told me that the person in the mirror is the person who loves you the most, it struck a chord with me because even when we travel in aeroplanes, the safety advice that is given to us at the beginning before the flight takes off, they talk about in case of emergency the oxygen mask will drop down, and please use the mask first for yourself before you think of your child or your spouse or anybody else who's there with you, because as long as you are not alive, you cannot really do anything good to others. So I think it is very important that you need to fall in love with yourself. And I think you also spoke about the soul. So coming back to that point, what I would like to say is, if we look at it as a soul, right, we should also think about it as part of the God in you, because we are, as Hinduisms, we believe that the soul is actually a part or the spark of the divine. So it is the God in you that who's looking after you. So when you look at your soul and you learn from your soul and then you move on in life, you find out that whatever the soul is telling you is to a certain extent like a mentor, and then it tries to tell you the right path, and it tries to make you do things in the correct way. So if you feel that you have not done something good, the soul is telling you that you have done something wrong. So if we take that attitude, I think we can all learn and move on to become better human beings. In fact, that is the need of the day, rather than becoming a better person as in the image or the social image that we project. We should become better persons ourselves internally. In fact, the one of the statements that I most love is always look and compete with yourself. Be a person who was better than what you were yesterday. That is most important for anybody, and especially for a Toastmaster. I think it is very critical that you should better yourself every day from what you were yesterday. You have to learn from what you did, the evaluations that are being given, the feedback that is given to you, and also your own personal information which you process from your heart, from your mind, up to you, whichever suits you. Some people think and listen to the mind more, some people listen to their heart. You take a look at what your own heart and mind is telling you, and then you process that information, and then make sure that what is Raj today is not the Raj that will be there tomorrow. The tomorrow's Raj should be 1,000 times or even 100,000 times better than the Raj of yesterday. Welcome to the Advanced Toastmasters Club, and all the best to you in your future Toastmasters speeches. Over to me again as the TMD. Thank you very much. So with that, we are done with the evaluations. Can I ask our beautiful timer to give us the timing?
Okay, give me a moment.
Hello. Hello.
Hello.
Yeah, sorry, I say disconnect.
Raj, maybe I talk to you personally after this. Yeah.
Yeah, sure.
Because I thought it went off. I thought only the video was off. Okay, Vinny.
Okay, for the evaluator timing is Soyan took 3 minutes 3 seconds, 2 minutes 3 seconds, and Alicia took 3 minutes 10 seconds. Aaron took 3 minutes 3 seconds. Muti took 3 minutes 30 seconds, and Wasan took 3 minutes 15 seconds. So everyone is qualified.
Okay, so we will still believe in Alicia's integrity, and then we will send all the votes to her. Okay, Alicia, is it okay with you? Okay, we send the votes again to you. So all of the panelists, you can send your votes to Alicia. So
Can you please send me in
Okay, done.
Private message. WhatsApp.
Zoom chat.
Okay. Yeah, not in the group chat.
No, you can use the group chat also, but you can choose who you want to message. Yeah.
Private message, yes.
Yeah.
Not to everyone.
In the Zoom chat, but private message to me. Thank you.
Yeah, understand. Anyway, we WhatsApp you already, so take a look at your WhatsApp also. Okay, we will give you guys another 1 minute for the voting. Ramesh is still not back, so Murthy sir. Okay, Sundaramurthy sir. Message sir. Okay, are we done with voting? Okay, I take it as everyone has completed the votes. So I'm waiting for a reply from Murthy sir. Once I get the reply, you can move on. Okay, sir. Okay, good. So since our counter ran away, we have a extempo counter being done by Murthy sir. So can I ask Murthy sir to give us his account report? Mute, sir.
I need to mute.
Unmute, sir. Okay, sir.
Okay. I did not prepare a hawk count report as such, but I was able to catch a very few points of abuse of English.
Okay, sir.
The language. Probably when you use, somebody mentioned it as who is doing the time. When there was a time, when there was a period which calls for another timer to take over, then somebody used it as who is going to do the time. So we don't do time. Time is as such is a criteria which is already there. Who is going to do the timing? So the right use is who is going to do the timing. And after you're doing these things, They are referring to the good things or bad things, what they have done in their life after you doing these things. No, it's an incorrect way of using after you doing these things. When you have done these things, and when the timer reports the timing sequence, we don't use the word as when we have to differentiate between singular and plural agreements. When we say Alicia took 3 minutes and 45 seconds, it should be in plural. Alicia took 3 minutes and 45 seconds. And table topic master, she referred it as I am conducting on table topic session. Today's it is not like today's session was not on table topic, it was actually on table topics. So I am conducting the table topics session because there are many table topics. So we did not have a session on only one topic. And most of the evaluators are still referring to the same sentence like we don't have the right to evaluate a person. So let us try to change over. Shall I evaluate? Most of the times the evaluator starts with, shall I evaluate you on first, or shall I evaluate her? No, we don't evaluate him or her. We evaluate his or a speech. And those are the common things which I had observed today. Thank you. Back to you, Toastmaster of the day.
Okay, sir. Thank you very much. So let's move on to the meeting summary. First time we have the online meeting, so I would like to get everyone's opinion if possible. How did you feel, and then what's your take on this, and do you think we can do better something? Anyone can start off. So just raise your hand and then speak. I think most of them are away. Only me, Murthy, and Vinny is there. So Murthy sir, yes sir.
Yeah, it's a wonderful endeavor, what we have tried. And even though it is a very small group, I think I am very sure that we will make longer journey with a lot of improvements. Still, we are in the process of learning the things. And I'm thankful to Austin, and we should be really thankful to Alicia to get this ball rolling up. And this is one new thing which we are implemented, and we will not stop here. We will go ahead and take this forward. We'll try to invite more and more persons. Probably youngsters would like to have this type of meetings in future instead of coming over to Whampoa CC or the place improper. They can sit at home, but still, we should not forget that home is a comfortable place for us, and we have to have a feeling that we are actually presenting it in front of the audience. All the other things remain the same except for one, you are at home. That's it. But nothing else of Toastmasters has changed. Yes, Wasim, that's it.
Thank you, sir. So, Aaron, can I ask for any sharing if you have your thoughts on what happened today, the meeting? This was the first meeting for us for online, so any feedback is welcome.
This is the third time I've attended the online meeting. So the previous two, one was with Singapore Online, that was locally, and one of it was when I was in China for my exchange. So I attended actually an online meeting of a club there. So I think online meetings is a quite interesting and unique format, and it is something that is very important, and it allows us to continue with our love for public speaking, just using another platform temporarily. I mean, we hope that this goes over so that we can really resume public speaking soon, because after all, it's public speaking. But nonetheless, I think in times of anxiety or times of issues and problems like this, I think this is a very, very good platform. So I think with all the good things that comes with it, there's also some things that I think perhaps we could. So one of it is, I think, is the voting system. So I think I understand that at least from the previous two that I've attended, I think there was, I don't know how they did it, but perhaps this one we need to check Willie or Jared Ong, like how they can do it such that there's the voting system will pop up on the Zoom app itself. So I don't know how they were able to do it previously, but perhaps we can check with them on that and set up the mechanics before the meeting so that we ensure that the voting process is smooth. I think perhaps that's
only Zoom host can do it. Only Zoom host can do it. Zoom co-host cannot do it.
Oh, so only Willie can do it lah.
Yes, that's right.
Okay, then perhaps we
just test out yesterday at Jurong Green meeting last night already.
Right.
Okay. Validated already.
Okay. Can.
Maybe in the future, I think what we can plan is maybe use another app like Menti or something like that, so that because everybody now has a handphone, so we can just use a Menti, set up a small Menti, and then everyone can vote. So the VPE or the president can be in charge on the poll.
Correct.
That's an easier way to do it.
Correct.
Because in my workplace, when we do safety training or any other training, we always ask them to vote. I mean, on the Menti thing, so it's easier. I think.
Right.
Yeah, that's a possibility.
Okay.
We don't have to depend on the Zoom software for everything. Today's world is very lot of apps for a lot of stuff, so maybe we can try that. Anyway, I think we were not prepared for that because this is the first time we are falling into the swimming pool. Hopefully we learn to swim, and then the next time we should come out with wonderful butterfly strokes and all other strokes. Thank you, Aaron. Janet, do you have any feedback for us?
Just share just now, add on your this Menti voting.
Yeah.
Because our club, in fact, is actually using this Menti. So how we do it is that before that we already created the so-called the speaker or the evaluator on the apps, and then we just copy and paste the link to the chat group, to the this so-called
online chat.
Zoom chat group, and people can just click on the link and then just vote accordingly. This is our practice in our club. So I'm not sure whether moving forward, other than you want to using the Zoom voting, maybe you can perhaps consider, just now we have mentioned these Menti apps to do the voting. I think that is helpful as well, because we find that one is just cut and paste to the link to the chat group, and it will actually, people can just vote accordingly. Other than that is, I think the timer, not sure how, in other words, that we almost more than half session, the first session gone, and come to the table topic sessions and mention that whether it's you cut or using this and the technique, the device which is not discussed beforehand. Perhaps maybe all this can pre-discuss. It will be more fruitful for this. I mean, smoothen this session. I think overall, good job, Alicia and the Whampoa team. You're always awesome to try out new things. Thanks.
Thank you. Anyway, from what the minister was talking about yesterday, looks like they say it's going to be here until the end of the year. So we may have to do a lot more online meetings, Madam President. Coronavirus doesn't look like it's going to run away for now. So maybe even the next meeting and the next meeting also is going to be online. So I think, yes, we should come up with a better way to handle timing and voting. So for the timing part of it, I think we can still share the screen, but maybe we can use our software. Later, I will come up with an idea how to do that. And we should always have it on the group view so that everyone can see, even the speaker can see the timer always at the time. Because when you go to the speaker screen alone, then the speaker, I mean, anyone cannot see the timer at all. The timer vanishes away. Only if you go into the side and then see, yes. But on the main screen, I think if you keep everyone on the screen, I think it's better. Since you control the thing, whenever they speak, you go to the speaker screen, then everything else vanishes. So maybe we can work out how to do that better, especially for speakers, so that they can know. So that's my thing. And anyway, personally, I enjoyed today's session because it's a different thing. And yeah, like Murthy was saying, except for the fact that we are online, if we take it into our mind that it is a regular meeting and then we really walk around and all that, I think the experience will be much better. Especially for your contest speech, maybe instead of sitting down, you could have walked around. It will be as usual dramatics that you did. And maybe the impact is much better. So I appreciate what Murthy sir did, for his evaluation. He stood up just like a normal evaluation and then did his evaluation. That's why I say he sets the benchmark for us. So next meeting, I think every one of us, we can also try from Whampoa. Just as per normal. Your house is your stage. Go ahead and use it. And I think we all will learn. And definitely, I can promise all the guests who came in today that the next meeting will definitely be better. Right, Madam President?
Yes.
Yeah.
Hello,
Thank you.
everybody. Hello.
Yes,
Okay,
sir.
some queries. If you're using a laptop computer, your field of view is very limited. So you might need to invest in a webcam. B525 Logitech.
Okay. You
Okay,
mean
done.
for the speaker to be visible when he's moving around, is it?
Yes, you need a bigger field of view. Your iPad, your laptop, all limited field of view. That's why I discovered this research.
Oh,
Dennis was doing the presentation yesterday, right, Alicia? You listened to that one? So that was covered. So I'm going to build up some more resources. Let's see how. Too many meetings to hop and coordinating a few meetings at one time now.
okay. Thank you.
Yeah,
Anyone
Merry
else
Christmas
has
though.
any feedback? Anyone else? Any feedback? If nothing, let's move on to our president's closing address. Let's
Oh,
welcome
no.
Alicia.
Award presentation first.
Oh, award presentation. Sorry, I don't know how you're going to present the award, but anyway, I will announce the winners. So let's have the drum rolls. Everyone? Okay, thank you very much. So for the table topics, the winner is Distinguished Toastmaster Aaron Ting. Okay, and for the evaluators, it gives me great joy in announcing that the winner is DTM Sundaramurthy. Thanks a lot, everyone, for a wonderful meeting. And now we shall have our president's closing address. Sorry, Madam President, my fault. I skipped the award presentation. Sorry. Winnie, you still need to time her 5 minutes, huh? Thank you. Okay, President.
All right. Thank you, Toastmaster of the Day, Vasan. And also thank you, everybody here. First, I'd like to thank the Toastmaster of the Day for uniting everybody and showing his leadership on this new platform online attendance meeting. You did a very good job. As usual, you got good variety. It's the only thing that because all of us are new to this, we missed out a lot of things. We missed out things like having the evaluator present the project objectives or project purpose. So we were too excited, but that's okay. When I remember my first time when I did Toastmaster of the Day for online club, I also missed a lot too. I thought I was very good in the physical club. Then when I went and did my Toastmaster of the Day for the online club, I botched up. This is a totally different platform, but as DTM Muti also mentioned, there's still the same dynamics in the sense that it's still a Toastmaster meeting. And so we should still dress formally, but of course, not with singlet or anything like that, but dress as though you're going for a meeting. And also, don't lie down. You can sit, you can stand, as per normal. If you want to present by sitting, that's fine. If you want to stand, also fine. We're very flexible. It's only thing you need to get used to presenting on the online. So I would like to encourage people to think of themselves as a TV presenter, and then you can do a better presentation. Imagine your audience is worldwide, not just in this meeting. But I'm very impressed with everybody's enthusiasm, and everybody showed leadership in their speeches, in the position taking. So kudos to everybody. And also thank you for all the feedback. We will take note of all the feedback, and we will ensure the next meeting will be a better experience for all. So it's another baby step for all of us. We are exploring, we are experiencing, but good thing nobody is giving excuses. They're putting all the best effort to it and making the meeting as fun as our physical club. So to that, I would like to call the meeting to an end and wish everybody a safe journey. Thank you all. I'll stop the recording here.